If, like me, you have a leaking tap, leaking from there to be precise, every time you use it, water comes out of the top. Here's the solution. So you can do this without having the water turned off. The first thing to try is a good old squirt of penetrating fluid, just to loosen things off. And this nut here, you may be able to nip it up. This is the tap gland and it's quite loose, so just nip it up till it's firm, and then we'll retry the tap. So we've got an improvement, but there's still a bit of a leak, so you can only tighten this gland so far down, and it looks like we're actually out of thread there. There may be a tiny bit, but we're very close to running out of thread. So we'll get some PTFE tape. That actually stands for polytetrafluoroethylene. And then we'll loosen the gland nut. So here's the bit where we now get a choice. We can either try and feed some PTFE tape down there, just there where my thumbnail is, with the nut in situ, or remove the head of the tap, which I find is a little easier. It just gives us a bit more room. So the head of the tap's now removed. I'll put the parts for safekeeping. We can whip out the gland nut. Get the PTFE tape. Put a reasonable length round. We're going to work round in a clockwise direction for a better result. And then using an old flat screwdriver, we push this down all the way around and then refit the gland nut. Push it in as deep as you possibly can go. And you may need to have a couple of goes at this, but we'll see if we are first time lucky. A small screwdriver tends to help when you get near the end. I'm actually using a seal pick. So we'll refit the gland nut. Take up the slack and just give it a nip, and see we've got a bit of thread there. I just nipped it up to that point and we'll put the tap back together. So now we've reached the moment of truth where we test our work. So we'll open up the tap fully and kink the hose pipe. Just a tiny little dribble, so we'll give that another nip. So we've now achieved a repair good enough to withstand mains pressure and a kinked hose pipe. Many thanks for watching. Why not subscribe to learn of more low-cost repair solutions?